Hola, amigos. My name is Luke, the West Covina youth pastor, and we are in our third and final week of our series called New Era. And I have a question for you. What do you do when everything changes? Your schedule, your friendships, even the sense of who you are? Over the last few weeks, we've been diving into the story of the Babylonian exile, a time when the Israelites lost everything they knew. They lost their city, their temple, even their entire culture was changing, and they were forced to live in a land that didn't feel like home. For a lot of you, that may sound familiar. You're walking through your own new eras. You're going into a new grade, some of you a brand new school where there's going to be new pressures, going to have new questions. But here's the truth we've seen again and again through this series. You can lose everything around you and still hold on to who you are in God. So tonight, I want to give you 3 practical ways on how you can maintain your identity in a crazy, shifting world. Let me start with something I've seen way too many times. A student graduates high school, they head into college, and they slowly drift away from Jesus. Why does that happen? It's not because they moved. It's not because college is evil. It's because of the habits they've built before they left. It's about what you're practicing right now. So the first thing you must do is you must train before the trial. Let's look at Daniel. He was taken into exile as a teenager, stripped of his name, his culture, his normal life. But one thing Daniel wouldn't let go of was his relationship with God. It says, but Daniel resolved not to defile himself. And later, when he was facing the lions, he didn't freak out. He didn't run. He prayed because he had already built that habit. Here's the line that I want you to remember. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. Or another way I heard it in one of my favorite books, Atomic Habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. If you're not praying right now, why would you pray when it gets harder? If you're not spending time with God right now, why would you magically do it later? You must build the habit now and let your foundation be formed so that when the test comes in your life, and it will, you don't have to panic. You'll fall to the level of your training or to the systems that you already have in place. And once your systems and habits are in place, it takes us to the second point where you must stand firm and don't bow down. Daniel wasn't the only one. Remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They were told, bow to the idol or you're going to burn. And they said, even if our God doesn't save us, we will not bow. That's identity under pressure. Now, you may not be facing a literal furnace, but maybe it feels like getting left out of a group chat because you won't party like your friends do. Maybe it's trying to stay pure while everyone else brags about hookups. Maybe it's like you're wondering if it's even worth it when you feel spiritually dry and unseen. But let me tell you this, being different doesn't mean being wrong. Being faithful doesn't mean being popular. God didn't stop the fire. He stepped into it with them. So if you're in a new season that feels scary or lonely, He's in it too. Change doesn't destroy your identity, it reveals it. So don't run from the fire. Stand in it with God. And as you are in that fire, brings me to my last point, is to let the fire forge you. Eventually, the Israelites returned home, but they didn't come back the same. The exile shaped them. They came back wiser. They came back more focused, and they came back more rooted in God. And the same could be true for you. You may be in your own Babylon right now. It could be a hard season. You could be going through a big change. It could be confusing times spiritually, but don't waste it. Ask yourself, what is God doing in me right now? What is God refining? And who am I becoming? This isn't about pretending everything is good. It's about trusting that God can use every part of your story for good. You might be in a furnace right now. You might be in an exile, but you're also in God's hand. So my closing challenge to you is just to remember who you are. You are a child of God. You are not what the world calls you. You are not your past or your pressure. You are not alone in this new season. So what should you do? Build those strong habits. Stand through the pressure. Come out of the season transformed, because your identity doesn't come from your surroundings, it comes from your Savior. Just like Jesus walked in the fire with those 3 men, he stepped into our world for you. He didn't just survive the fire, he conquered death so you could rise with him.